What's up, everyone? This is Mona Arora, StrataQueens. So let's get this on and let's go and check out Matteo. Ready? Matteo is coming in the heart of Langley.
Matteo comes from a old Hebrew, Italian, Spanish name. Nowadays, it's most closely related to Matthew. However, Matteo originally means gift of God. I don't know if that's the exact reason, but nevertheless, we were Googling what Matteo means, and that's the closest translation from the original name.
Perfect, thank you.
No.
Okay, let's go.
How are you?
Hello, Mona.
Hello, let's get this in the middle so we can hear each other. I'm so excited for this one. Let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
So tell me everything that you know about Matteo, like how many units, where's the location is going to be. We know so many constructions are coming up. Why this one?
So we're gonna have 212 homes, starting from studio all the way to two-bedroom and dens. The best part about Mateo is that it's in a neighborhood that's brand new, already established, family-oriented. So with this building being the price away that it is, 80 homes under 500,000 is going to help those people out that have been holding on to their down payments, saving up as hard as they can, and some of them still feel discouraged because the market has not been the best for the first time home buyers or someone that's just trying to enter the market. They're looking at Maple Ridge or Abbotsford's, but what we're doing is we're bringing those prices here today in a beautiful neighborhood. Again, it's already established, it's family friendly, beautiful amount of schools nearby. All the elementary schools, high schools are walking distance, and we have a daycare. So for
Wow.
busy people that are always on the go, your alarm rings in the morning, you're looking at your tasks, drop off your kid. There's retail, mixture of retail shops in the ground floor, get all your shopping done, and now you get the rest of the day for yourself.
Okay, so now the most important question, that's really talking about the neighborhood and the community and whatnot, but let's talk about the ML Emporio, what their history is, and what kind of a quality are we looking at.
I'm glad that you brought that up because the most important part about not just picking the right project, the location and timing, but it's also picking the right developer. With our developer, we have over 30 years of experience, and we've been the most active developer in the Fraser Valley by completing 5 buildings already, and 2 of them are under construction. We started with Aristotle back in 2020. Then we brought Azure Grove last year. We sold out 273 homes within 30 days, and now we're bringing Mateo because of the demand that we saw. There's a lot of people that really wanted studio homes and one bedrooms, but we didn't have enough. So here we brought studios and one bedrooms, but our studios also come with parking.
And that brings me to another great topic, which is the floor plans. So one of the challenging things sometimes I notice, there's too many units and all that, but there's not much of a wide range when it comes to the floor plan.
Floor plans are open concept. The bedrooms are nice and large, so you're not compromising on anything to gain something else. Kitchens are nice and bright and well done too. There's a lot of counter space. But by having homes with the one bedrooms still being large enough, it's great for those people that are looking for their first home or trying to get into the market, even the first time investors that want to come out this way. We have enough for everybody.
I definitely love the location. So talk to me about a little bit about the location itself. I know you talked about the community, but let's talk about the location itself. I think if I'm not wrong, it's also very coming close to the one of these stations that's coming up, which is Carworth Exchange.
That's right. So the location itself is on the corner of 198B Street and 76th Avenue. So we're not directly on the busy 200 Street. Your 200 Street is your transit-oriented area. You can shoot directly down to Trans-Canada Highway, which takes you to Abbotsford, Vancouver, or Burnaby. But there's also a bus stop right on the corner of 76 and 200. That bus stop right now operates a 501 that takes you anywhere you like because of the transit on Trans-Canada Highway. But in the future, when the SkyTrain is in place, the one that's extending Langley to Surrey, the stop is going to be on 196 and Fraser Highway, but that bus stop is going to have a rapid bus that takes you there within 10 minutes. So they'll have a dedicated bus that shoots to the new SkyTrain station and back to pretty much 3-minute walking distance from your building.
You know, that's a segue to a very important question because when you talk about that the bus stop is going to be very nearby the SkyTrain, that's really what I'm finding. And I've been doing this pre-sales for so many years, and convenience is becoming really important for many people. Most importantly, that how do I don't have to drive the car, right?
That's
Some of
right.
them don't even want to own the car, right?
You're
Which
absolutely right
all
about that.
right.
Yeah.
And so one of the most important question is the amenities, because what I'm also noticing, if I'm not going to drive a car, how the amenities are going to be in the building that gives me the access where I don't have to travel too far for certain things. So what kind of amenities would this have? And I think there's a commercial too, other than daycare, that you talked about.
That's right. So we have 11 retail commercial shops with a mixed variety of different options where if you want to go to the medical office, pharmacies, groceries, and then you got your daycare, but we also have our social lounge, which has beautiful seating, a fireplace, a large kitchen, and co-working stations because a lot of people now are working from home. But if you don't want to work inside, you can just go outside into the courtyard where you have 2 fire pits, barbecue areas, kids' playground, and gardens. If you have the itch to garden, there's Urban Garden, the community garden that's in place. So it's pretty much there for everybody to utilize and use. But what I find that's really, really effective is schools being walking distance because that's really hard to find now, having schools where you can walk to.
I think there's one that's very close to IB one as well. But my son
The-
went to IB system, so I love that.
The RE Mountain Secondary,
Right.
that has an IB program. It's one of the best schools in Langley, and it catches our catchment.
Yeah.
Because I know that a lot of families want to send their kids to the best schools, and now you have all 3 of them that are catching our catchment, and they're walking distance, which I can't stress enough because when my parents were buying, our house, most important thing was it needs to be near school so my grandpa can pick us up or my grandparents or we can walk to school ourselves because again everyone has a busy life nowadays.
Exactly. Now let's talk about inside the unit. Now you guys have it's 2 palettes, which is like the dark and the light. Let's talk about a little bit of the quality of those.
Yeah, so we got 2 palettes, a light and dark, and our backsplashes are all going to be one piece, so it's easy to clean and maintain. Quartz polished countertops, and you have laminate flooring throughout your entire home. Plus, you have AC too within those hot summer days. I know we get 2 weeks of that, but you'll be comfortable for those 2 weeks.
And how much is the strata fees are we talking about approximately?
The strata fees are 45 cents.
You're also including the parking stall for the studios?
That's correct. So studios will come with parking spots. And that's really awesome to see because
I don't see that anymore
you don't see
anywhere.
that anymore.
Like we
That's
hardly get to
exactly
see
right.
that,
Yeah.
right?
Even if you don't have a car later on in the future, you do end up getting one, you're set. You have a spot that you can park it in. And it's safe too, underground parking. The whole community is established, so there's a lot of community pride in the area. So you know that when you're outside, you're making neighborly friends. There's going to be a lot of kids out on their bicycles, right? Your kids will make friends with others. You'll be able to just enjoy this community.
Definitely. Now, I know that I've asked you many questions already. Anything that I missed before I give my last words in it? Anything that I missed that I should have asked and you think that's the most important feature to mention or talk about?
The area is walkable. It's pedestrian oriented, which I love. So all that busy traffic that you're going to see is going to be people traffic. We don't have any main streets, so you're not going to see any cars trying to zip by or that pollution that comes from the cars. You're just going to see people, and our building is very walkable, so it's really friendly for walking in that foot traffic.
You know, it's I've been doing this, as I said, for over 20 years, and I've seen Langley. They say Rome was not built in a day. However, with Langley, I feel that every time you blink an eye, it's just some amazing neighborhoods are changing and new businesses are welcoming themselves into this community. It's just amazing to see it's expanding, growing, and thriving.
Yeah.
However, that brings me to being a pre-sale expert. I can, like, there's so many pre-sales, there's so many pre-constructions that are coming up, but for those that are listening, I'm going to say this. I'm very picky which ones I do talk about or I do promote or I do recommend. And I always look at the future value. So Matthew definitely caught my attention, not just my opinion as a realtor, but as from the developer side. Why, Matthew, why do you think somebody should invest in this project?
If you want a friendly neighborhood, this is a place to be. Plus our 10% deposit. And
Please explain that too.
So in 30 days is 5%. Then in 6 months, 2.5%. 10 months is your final 2.5%, and you're done until completion. But it helps you save because you're not going out spending your money at the bar or somewhere else, right? You're locked in and you're saving up.
100% I agree. But when I saw the deposit structure, I'm like, this is something that's kind of like you work and then you save and then you put the money towards your home. So it's technically there should be no reason why you would be like, oh, maybe one day. It's like this is your one day that
This
you
is it.
could, because you could save, deposit. The way you have spread it out is just brilliant.
And that transfers into your down payment later. So you already saved 10%. And now, because of the building is completing in 2028, you get the rest of the years to save up for the final 10%. Or if you're a first time home buyer, you're lucky because you saved more than what you required to.
100%. Thank you so much for all that information. And if I missed anything, please send me a message or comment below, and so we can share more information. But thank you. This was very informative.
You heard it from the pre-sale queen.
StrataQueens.
There you go, guys.